We have a stacked show coming your way here on the Lakers Report, but first we want to give shout-outs to some of our loyal subscribers. So if you're subscribed to the Lakers Report, as we are approaching 42,000 subscribers, get into the comments section, type me, and the first 10 people to do that, we'll give you a shout-out on the next show. Welcome in to the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Chase Senior. Hope all of your weeks are off to a fantastic start. You'll be in a better mood, and your weeks will be even better if you download the Fetch Rewards app. 3,000 bonus points by going to chatsports.com/fetch and enter the promo code Lakers. You scan your receipts no matter where you make a purchase, and every time you scan a receipt with your phone, you get bonus points back. And over time, those bonus points accumulate. That then leads to you getting free gift cards. We'll tell you more about the Fetch Rewards app coming up here in just a few moments. NBA trade deadline is coming up on Thursday, and the big question hovering around this Lakers organization, is Russell Westbrook going to get traded, and can the Lakers even trade Russell Westbrook considering his salary and the level of play and the decline that we've seen over the last couple of years? According to an anonymous NBA executive, the Lakers are at least trying. They want to deal Russ because this experiment in year one of him coming back to his hometown team where he grew up, played college ball at UCLA, has been a disaster. The anonymous NBA exec saying this, quote, "It's obvious they're trying to move Westbrook, which is damn near impossible. They know that roster, it just ain't working." And Russ with the Lakers the other night, he wasn't working out. 5 points, 6 assists, 4 turnovers, and at one point, he had missed 10 consecutive shots. For the night, he went 1 of 10 in 29 minutes against the New York Knicks. He was so bad that Frank Vogel actually benched him for the overtime period in which Los Angeles was able to come out on top and be victorious. Russ didn't play in overtime. That's how much of a disaster he was at Crypto.com Arena. And somehow, with Russell Westbrook, it's already been a bad debut season in Los Angeles. It continues to get worse. It continues to get even uglier. We knew that the fit was going to be clunky. We knew at the time it didn't make a lot of sense. But you're thinking, okay, LeBron James, still a top 5 player in the NBA. Anthony Davis, when he's healthy, is still a force to be reckoned with. They could find a way to fit Russ on the roster. They haven't been able to. Part of that is because of him and his roster fit just not making much sense. Part of that is him just not being the most efficient basketball player and his style not translating to a winning brand of basketball. And I think it's just coming down to the point where Russell Westbrook, we are seeing it before our eyes, he's declining very, very quickly. And while the athleticism is still there, he doesn't have a lot of gas left in the tank. So do you think the Lakers will trade Russell Westbrook prior to Thursday's deadline? You know what's crazy is that he plays with such a high motor, which I love and I respect, yet there are so many defensive lapses on the floor. Doesn't make sense. If you put in effort offensively, put some effort forward defensively as well. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know if you think the Lake Show is going to trade Russ. You know what also ain't it? And we continue to have this conversation here on the channel, and that's why the Lakers are in this hole, why they're in this ditch with dirt just being thrown on top of them. It's the Russell Westbrook salary. This year, $44 million. Next year, 47 plus. And for a player who is showing signs of decline, who looks as though the modern day NBA style has passed him by, he's not aging well. And can you imagine Russell Westbrook on this team next year as well? Now, LeBron James is the king. LeBron James is the bionic man. LeBron James is one of the best players that we've ever seen for a reason. And he likes to inspire confidence in his teammates. And he was trying to do that while talking about Russell Westbrook the other day. I told him to keep going, James said. Stop second-guessing himself. He's an instinctive player. With what he's done in the league, he should never second-guess himself. I have the utmost confidence in his ability. But LeBron, I don't have confidence in Russell Westbrook as a shooter. In fact, I'd be willing to sit Russ down and say, you're still athletic. You still have some athletic burst. I admire the effort in which you play with. I love how you have that bulldog mentality, but I'm tired of seeing you clank shots off the backboard. I'm tired of seeing you have these ugly, ugly misses. You can't shoot the rock, so play almost like Rajon Rondo and just dish the ball out instead of being a problem offensively. And his offensive numbers are some of the worst that they've ever been throughout his NBA career. So you pair that up with the Russell Westbrook salary that we just broke down, it's almost going to be impossible for any team to take Russell Westbrook in a trade, and this is the predicament that the Lakers are in. They're below 500. They need upgrades to that roster, yet they can't make upgrades to that roster because they're in cap hell and they're tied to contracts like Russell Westbrook. Now, Russell Westbrook offensively might not be it. Same with that contract. You know what is, though? The Fetch Rewards app. 3,000 bonus points by plugging in that link down below, chatsports.com/fetch, enter the promo code Lakers. You can make a purchase at a large retail store like Walmart or support a local business. Just get your paper receipt back, pull out the Fetch Rewards app, and with that orange icon right to my right, you tap that, you scan your receipt, and you get points automatically for every receipt that you get. And over time, you get bonus points with all of those receipts. And once they accumulate to a certain level, you get free gift cards to places like Amazon. I shop on Amazon all the time. I just got a free gift card thanks to the Fetch Rewards app because I scan all of my receipts. Who doesn't like free? Who doesn't like gift cards? Who doesn't like shopping and getting deals on some of those purchases? Chatsports.com/fetch. Enter the promo code Lakers. When you do that, you automatically get 3,000 bonus points. That'll get you well on your way to getting some free gift cards. To Gary Trent Jr. now, as we continue to talk about these Lakers trade rumors. According to Hoops Hype, Raptors looking to add a big man at the NBA trade deadline. Jonas Valanciunas has been kind of mentioned, thrown around for the Raptors as they were thinking about bringing him back north of the border. According to Bleacher Report's Jake Fischer, he kind of explored the Lakers' chances of trading one of their bigs. Could they trade away a big for Gary Trent Jr.? The problem is the Lakers don't really have a big man on the roster that the Raptors would want in exchange for Gary Trent Jr. But LA has had interest in Trent before. He's a very good player. Last 5-6 games, he's been on an absolute tear, averaging 25, 30 points per game. But hey, as we continue to dissect and break down here on the channel, man, the Lakers just do not have a lot of tradable assets. Jake Fischer of Bleacher Report on the Lakers' trade chances. Could the Lakers move DeAndre Jordan, Dwight Howard to Charlotte, who needs another big man, or Toronto, who needs another big man, or maybe even Milwaukee, who is looking for another big man? Sure, but what are they really getting back from those teams on another minimum salary that's going to dramatically move the needle for the Lakers? I don't really know. And Jake, I hear you on that because that's what I've been saying for weeks here on the Lakers Report. I just don't think that Toronto deals away Gary Trent Jr., who is under contract, who continues to improve, who continues to develop, and is a very, very good player while not being the most efficient offensive player, but is still very, very good to get back a position of need, but not a player of equal value. And you take a look at the ascending Gary Trent Jr. throughout his career, he's really turned into a very good player. 2018-19, 2.7 points per game. The following year, it goes up to almost 9. Last year, 15 plus. This year, 18 points per game. So really a career year for GTJ. And offensively for the Lakers, they need somebody who sometimes they can give the rock to and say, you know what? Go get us a bucket outside of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. That's where he would factor in. How good are the Lakers' trade assets? I'm not just talking about the roster. I'm also talking about their draft assets as well. Scale it for me in the comment section, 1 to 10. 1 being terrible, 10 being very, very good. I'm lower on the scale, but you let me know in the comment section right now. And make sure you subscribe to the Lakers Report by Chat Sports because we're churning out multiple videos per week on the latest Lakers news and rumors. We're bringing you coverage in a very entertaining, informative, consistent, and unique way. So join the Laker Nation family here at Chat Sports by hitting that red subscribe button down below, and let's get to 42,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So as Bleacher Report always does, they put together some of these trade idea articles, and they have a trade idea for each team, including the Los Angeles Lakers. And when we talk about the Lakers' depth, they need a player like Justin Holiday, and that's what Bleacher Report kind of thought as well with this trade idea. The Lakers in this mock trade would get Justin Holiday. The Pacers would receive Kent Bazemore, DeAndre Jordan, 2023 and 2025 second-round picks. That is not a lot to give up for a player of Justin Holiday's talent level. He's a nice player, and he's actually pretty good on both ends of the floor. Now, he is not his brother Drew, who is probably a top 5 combo guard in the NBA with his ability to play point guard, play off ball, but also just be a defensive menace. But Holiday is very good on the defensive end of the floor. He's a switchable defender, has versatility to his game in that way at 6'6". And if you're giving up a Bazemore and one of the big guys and 2 second-round picks, which, I mean, really aren't all that valuable, for a player who gives you energy, who gives you defense and occasional offense, I'd do the deal if I'm Los Angeles, and I'd honestly make a call to Indiana. This year, Holiday, around 10 points per game, 3 boards, around 42% from the floor, and his three-point numbers, this is a guy who has done a lot of work with his offensive game. He's knocking down tray balls at about a 39% clip. So would you make this trade on your screen right now? Break it down one more time for you. Justin Holiday to Los Angeles in exchange for Kent Bazemore, DeAndre Jordan, and 2 second-round picks. Type T for trade, type P for pass. Let me know about this trade idea in the comment section. And make sure you give me a follow on social media, Twitter and Instagram. It's the same handle on both, at Chase_Senior. We're going to be going live on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel, youtube.com/ChatSportsTV, for the NBA trade deadline. We'll be live for several hours. Myself, Harrison Graham. Join us then on Thursday. Look forward to seeing all of you and talking with you then. So, without further ado, thanks for watching the Lakers Report. Have a great day. We'll continue to do our thing and push out Lakers coverage right here on the channel.